Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chings in the United States and Malaysia cultivate themselves in intensive training camps. One young resident of Cenkareng Tzu Chi Village in Indonesia inspires his peers with his achievement in sports. City volunteers in Malaysia promote environmental awareness at religious celebrations. The Tzu Chi Collegiate Youth Club have been established in many different countries and are an important part of nurturing the younger generation. In both Malaysia and the United States, camps were recently held for Tzu Chings.
It is the first time many of these university students chanted the prelude to the Lotus Sutra. Zhang Ying was reminded of a similar ritual back home.
Whenever I knelt down, images of my grandmother and brother would come into mind. As I chanted along with the sutra, I came to realize how deep my love for my home and family is.
With participants from 9 Midwestern universities in the United States. This is a Tzu Chi intensive training camp held at the Tzu Chi Chicago chapter. Among the activities were talks by guest speakers, many of whom shared how they best apply Dharma into their daily life. Before the end of the camp, participants put on a performance representing the lotus being born out of mud, which symbolizes that they must rise above and remain as pure as a lotus flower, in order to empower others. Meanwhile, in Malacca, a Tzu Ching camp was also held. But here it was for 22 Tzu Ching leaders to learn about teamwork and cooperation.
I've learned the importance of working together. Without teamwork, nothing gets done right.
You can spread this purified strength to those around you, friends, roommates, and more, so that this power becomes greater and greater.
Besides nurturing team spirit, leadership skills are strengthened at the camp, as it is important to get more university students involved.
The Tzu Ching intensive camp was held so that everyone can further get to know about the organization and also to give the leaders a chance to bond with one another.
Taking on the responsibility, Tzu Chings begin by taking a vow of vegetarianism.
I hope to continue eating vegetarian food. I don't want to murder animals for food. It's the least that I could do to ease my mind.
In Malaysia's state of Selangor, one Tzu Chi volunteer, young Mufa, has learned to treasure her every breath. In 2013, Ms. Young was on the brink of death after thyroid tumor growth to her vocal and respiratory tract. Luckily, she was able to receive surgery just in time to save her life. Since then, she has reaffirmed her commitment to Tzu Chi's mission.
After 2 years, I'm pretty used to the way it feels.
This is Yong Mui Fa from Selangor, Malaysia. Every day before leaving home, she must clean her tracheostomy tube.
This medicine from Taiwan is really good.
In 2013, Miss Yong received surgery to remove a thyroid tumor. However, her throat was impaired during the procedure. Her only option was tracheostomy surgery and the use of an artificial tube to assist her breathing.
The procedure was very painful. Opening this hole was the only way. It's only thanks to this hole that I'm here speaking with you now.
Her hardship never deterred her from volunteering. On the contrary, once she regained her health, she was more motivated than ever.
When your health is in trouble, you realize just how little time you really have. When you're just laid up at home, your mind just starts to wander. So instead of doing that at home, I thought I might as well come out and serve, which has made me happier.
Besides volunteering herself, Ms. Young has also been a source of encouragement for some local housewives who volunteer alongside her.
因为他真的很不舒服的，我们就
Because we saw how difficult things were for her, it made us want to help out more.
就会更加要做这样的。
教我们分类那纸。
She's taught us all how to better sort the paper recyclables.
我本是觉得老人家才做的，可是
I always thought that this type of work is for old people, but now I think that if I have the strength and have some time, then I should do what I can to help out society.
Working up a sweat makes it difficult for Ms. Young, but she wears a mask to prevent dust and is regularly cleaning her breathing tube.
没想到
I just think I'm still here breathing. If I ever stop, then it'll be my time. Until then, as long as I'm breathing, then my work isn't finished.
Also in Malaysia, in Klang in September last year, the owner of an eyeglass shop accompanied a Tzu Chi parent-child class to spread some love at the center, Retail Home and Care Center. After the experience, he decided he wanted to use his own skills to help those who have difficulty seeing.
With a background in prescribing and making eyeglasses, Tentham Tech is combining his work with the spirit of love and giving to help people in his community. He was motivated to volunteer after visiting the Retail Home and Care Center with his daughter's Tzu Chi parent-child class in September last year.
Originally, I thought these kids should be able to cut their own fingernails, but the reason they had to have help doing it is because they couldn't see clearly. This was the thought that led me here today, to help them test their vision.
Mr. Tan's friend and fellow optometrist, Chi Kim Hao, also extends his work hours to accompany Mr. Tan with the good work.
It's definitely a labor of love. I think coming here just once won't be enough. For children and the elderly, everyone's needs are different. We're just here today for an initial visit. We'll be better prepared for the next occasion. I think we'll be a lot more effective.
Since December 2015, Mr. Tan has come to the center 4 times at his own expense to assist the young and old alike with their vision problems.
Maybe they want to sew their own button, they want to thread the needle, it's easy for them. For the children, apparently some of them actually don't know they have an eye problem also.
How about this? Can you?
This is 62-year-old Arumagam. He worked for over 30 years as an editor for a newspaper. With his new eyeglasses, he is once again excited about life's possibilities.
If I want to read this one also, I must go like this. Then only I can. Now, I got straight, very clear. I'm getting back again, reporter, journalist. Then I'll do my life, different life lah.
Thanks to the compassion and charity of Mr. Tan and Mr. Chi, 21 new pairs of eyeglasses have been provided to children and the elderly, who can now see the world through fresh eyes once again.
In Indonesia, 24-year-old Oman began jogging regularly after moving to Cenkareng Tzu Chi Village. Eventually, a computer teacher noticed it and gave him additional training. Now a college student at the sports department, Oman also received a scholarship. He hopes to inspire young people in the village with his story.
Kalau yang saya dapat sih.
The knowledge I've learned teaches me to continue learning, so I can become a runner today and represent the school in competitions. If we want to succeed, we must continue to work hard and overcome our laziness.
While living by the Anchor River, Oman had been brewing his dream. After moving to the Cenkareng Tzu Chi Village and going to school in the village, he began training himself. One computer teacher noticed that Oman jogged once a week and coached him in this area.
Kemudian setelah 2 tahun berlalu,
I study in the Department of Sports and focus on track and field. My coach helped me apply for a scholarship, and I received them from the Sinar Mas.
itu mengajukan saya sebagai.
Besides doing sports, 24-year-old Oman never forgets to pass on his computer teacher's love.
Saya berpikir
There seems to be many people who have talent for sports, so I want to help them become good at
di
sports.
mana di dalamnya itu sebenarnya banyak-banyak bibit-bibit atlet.
When we train, we must be full of spirit. If we feel a little sick, we shouldn't complain either. We can take a break and come back later.
Striving for his goal, Oman has become a role model for children in the village. Leading a simple life, he is embracing a brighter future.
Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide have long been enhancing parent-child relationships through various activities. Recently, volunteers in Malaysia invited parents and children to get creative through an activity named Expressing Creativity and Love with T-shirts. Meanwhile, in Taiwan, parents and students learn about ways to foster family relationships and eat healthy in classes held in Taipei.
My mother always says, "You are great, you are great." I don't know, but that is how my mother talks to me, mindlessly. In fact, you should tell them in detail why you think they are great.
At the parent-child class organized by Tzu Chi volunteers in Nangang, the parents are learning the best way to communicate with their children.
Let the kids help with housework so they can learn and grow. Then encourage him when he does well.
At another parent-child class held in Da'an district, children learn about foods that are good for health.
Growth hormones have been injected into eggs, so we should eat less eggs.
These lessons on spiritual growth as well as physical health have made the parent-child classes a fulfilling learning experience for all the attendees. In Penang of Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers have also invited some parents and their children to share their creativity by making T-shirts.
We believe through this experience, the parents will better understand their kids and see their strengths.
Let the parents and children express their feelings through art, so they can share how they feel.
While the children express their feelings, the parents also enjoy the precious time having fun with their loved ones.
We should cherish this time because once they grow up, they won't spend that much time with us.
In the end, all the attendees are able to make customized T-shirts using creativity.
Learning about conservation at an early age, students of Xinong Kindergarten in Xizhi of New Taipei City visited the local Tzu Chi recycling station to understand how they too can help save Mother Earth. Meanwhile, in Kaohsiung, the local Tzu Chi recycling station also keeps its door open to all those willing to learn. Recently, 3 young people came to gain some hands-on experience.
At this recycling station in Kaohsiung, 3 people have come to get some hands-on experience in learning about environmental conservation. Through it all, a thought lingers in their mind.
It never occurred to me that we created this much garbage.
Repenting for their past behaviors, these 3 have learned that it took many steps to break down a simple plastic bottle while enduring the foul stench and mess.
I think the seniors who do the initial sorting have it worse, as when these items come in, often there are garbage such as spoiled food mixed in.
It must be difficult for them to sort this from start to finish. I feel they must have such a giving heart and spirit. They have put it to good use here.
Instead of volunteering today, these insurance salesmen could have spent the day chasing potential clients to meet their sales goal for the month.
It's the end of the month and they face pressures to meet their sales goal, so some might not be inclined to come volunteer their time. Those that did participate today really have a heart of giving.
A day of giving has made a deep impression in these young people's hearts. As volunteers gift them with a small parting gift, they hope these young people will return to help once more. Meanwhile, in New Taipei City, 360 students and 24 teachers from Xinong Kindergarten, split into 2 groups, head to the Tzu Chi Xizhi recycling station for the lesson of the day.
I want children to learn the importance of conservation, as well as having them actualize these concepts at home or in school.
What is a familiar recycling slogan to the Tzu Chi volunteers? For the children, it was a fun rhyme to learn. But not knowing exactly what it means, the children must memorize the details so they may teach it to their family members.
I can teach my parents, grandparents, and uncle. I can teach them to categorize paper, plastic bottles, and plastic bags.
The children are quite interested in flattening the plastic bottles.
Step on it with your right foot. Step on it with your left foot. Then step all over it.
By visiting the recycling station, the little ones have broadened their horizons and learned the value of items, instilling environmental conservation ideas in their minds.
Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide have long been promoting simple living and environmental protection. Recently, volunteers in Malaysia and Hong Kong have also seized the occasions of religious celebrations to remind people to do their part to protect planet Earth.
In Tzu of Hong Kong, the annual Confucius Carnival kicks off with extravagant drum performance. At the celebration, Tzu Chi volunteers also take to the stage to demonstrate the beauty of tea ceremony, flower arrangement, as well as sign language performances. Tzu Chi's humanistic values based on traditional values coincide with the traditional Chinese culture being promoted at the event. Tzu Chi volunteers also introduced healthy snacks to the carnival goers.
I bought yam and cocoa powder. I can now make tasty snacks using molds. I think these are healthier and better than candies and other unhealthy snacks my daughter munches on all day.
At a booth, the volunteers also sell the vegetarian adaptation of a popular delicacy in Hong Kong.
Although the curry ball is vegetarian, we have added tasty sauce made with the Jingsi food products, including curry powder and other spices.
Then the volunteers also serve tea to carnival goers and promote the use of reusable cups.
茶咧復收翻之後咧，我哋然後再種呢隻茶嘅。澳洲人最研究最中意飲茶嘅。係啦，呢個你可以寫翻名落去。平時就係我哋帶喺身嗰度自己。
Indulging in material gratification, people can easily overlook the importance of sustainable living. Tzu Chi volunteers have once again seized a great opportunity to promote simple living that is good for health and the environment. In Malaysia, this parade is part of the extravagant celebration of the birthday of gods at the Johor Bahru Old Chinese Temple. This event, with its 146 years of history, has attracted some 400,000 people this year.
This is my first time coming here, and I'm very excited. It's a rare opportunity to feel the festivities similar to Chinese New Year celebrations overseas.
With the influx of crowd, 135 Tzu Chi volunteers have seized the occasion to remind the public to refrain from littering.
Therefore, more than 100 volunteers have been stationed at 10 recycling points along the parade route to promote the ideas of protecting the earth and not littering.
We're able to encourage everyone to protect the environment every year and refrain from littering the place.
The important point is how we can lessen the damage that garbage does to the earth.
Hanging a string of recyclables on their bodies and holding signs, Tzu Chi volunteers walk amongst the crowd to promote recycling from daytime till 1 a.m.
We support their action, which is very good. We should not litter carelessly. We should put away the wrappings after we finish eating. Therefore, it's good to have a place for you to throw it in.
I must support this because our environment is no longer healthy. Therefore, we need groups that promote environmental awareness to lead us in protecting the environment.
Passing down traditional culture at this event, the attendees have also been reminded of the importance to protect planet Earth.
In Rawan of Selangor, Malaysia, lives 83-year-old Grandma Lee Q. As the grandma's husband got into an auto accident 2 months ago, he couldn't recover at home due to the filthy environment and had to be moved to a senior's home. Grandma Lee then yearned for her husband to come home. After being notified, Tzu Chi volunteers came to help her fulfill her dream.
Inside his home, the peace trump hanging from the roof is covered by 14 years of dust, as the 83-year-old homeowner has been unable to clean.
She just throws her trash right out the window. She doesn't know much about keeping her environment clean. She loves dogs, so she leaves dog food out everywhere. That's why the 2 rooms inside smell like dogs and dog poops.
Grandma Lee Q lives alone in this apartment in Selangor, Malaysia, as 2 months ago her husband had an auto accident. Forced to lie down for long periods, he developed bed sores and had to be moved to a senior's home for better care.
She has always wanted to bring her husband home, but her home is simply filthy. Thus, we have brought volunteers to help her clean up, so her husband can come back to a clean home.
Together, 15 volunteers endure the foul stench so the senior couple can live comfortably once more.
The odor is really strong. It smells like dogs. But it's okay. I am enduring it for a higher purpose. It's about doing a good deed.
As the poor old woman lives like a pack rat, volunteers have to win her trust in order to throw the junk away.
Because your husband has fallen ill, you must keep the environment clean so he can be more comfortable. We didn't throw away anything valuable. Don't you worry.
You're so kind. Please do what you must so my husband can be more comfortable.
Over at the senior's home, the grandpa can only lie down unresponsively. However, his wife anxiously calls out to him over the phone. No one knows how much more time the 81-year-old senior has after surviving the accident, but Grandma Lee wants to be by his side till the end. Now that the home is clean and the couple reunited, Tzu Chi volunteers have finally accomplished their mission.
In the affluent United States, there are still many families living on the fringes of society. Such is the case of a single-parent family in Southern California. So the volunteers of East Los Angeles have cared for this family for the past 3 months by organizing their home, getting them second-hand furniture, and even teaching the children to donate to help the less fortunate.
A warm welcome greets the visitors as they enter through the door. Each month, Tzu Chi volunteers of East Los Angeles visit their care recipients, such as single mother Ricarda.
My baby. Have you helped your mom clean?
Yeah, yesterday
Encouraging the children to help out their mother and continue to do well on their studies, Tzu Chi volunteers' minds are at ease knowing these are good children. While heading to their next destination, the volunteers come across children they have helped in the past and strike up friendly conversations with them and give them a Jingsi aphorism to get them through the day. Arriving to visit Senior Zhang, the group then takes a walk together to enjoy the rest of the day.
In Indonesia, 12 Tzu Chings in Cenkareng of Banten recently joined a group of students from University of Bodhidharma to visit residents of a nursing home. While there, they danced and sang to share their vitality and joy with the seniors. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.